Today I'm going to try out the LYRA Rembrandt Polycolor. It's the gray set. It comes with 12 shades of gray and blacks and white. I have the full set already of colored ones, and I believe the biggest one is a 72 pack. And as you can see in my color chart, there's only 4 grays in this, plus the black, plus the white. So basically this pack adds 6 more grays, which is pretty good actually. So what I'm going to do is do a color chart on the gray paper, which I'm going to use later on to sketch something. And what I like to do with new pencils is, even if they come pre-sharpened, to sharpen them, because I've saw once I had a case of brand new pencil and they didn't feel right when I used them on paper, and it felt like there was a coating on the tip. And as soon as I sharpened them, it cleaned it up, and the pencils were really nice to use. So I'm glad I tried that, otherwise I would have just put all the pencils away and not use them. So I'm going to sharpen them real quick. So, time for the color chart. What's nice with this little tin box is that you have here a list of everything that's in there with the numbers, the names. So I'm gonna keep them in order. Well, I should go from here. The LYRA pencils, they're oil-based, and I really enjoy them. They're very much like the Polychromos by Faber-Castell. They're great. They're a lot skinnier. I've used them on wood a couple times, and they work really well. They're very buttery. So testing them out, I noticed different, not textures, but different responses. The 2 silver ones, they're very hard and you're not getting any marks on the paper, or very light marks unless you push very hard. So I don't really like these 2. I'm probably going to skip them. Now I get this, I took the white from the my big set because somehow it didn't feel as buttery as it usually is. I usually like this white. So I wanted to test it again. Maybe it's just the paper that's too smooth. Yeah, it just feels about the same. So it's not a dot in this box. It's just the paper that's a bit too smooth, and it doesn't have enough texture to catch the white. So it's not very white. Like, let's say compared to a let's see, Prismacolor one. Prismacolor still will be whiter. So maybe with my sketch, I might, if I need very, very white highlights, I might use a Prismacolor one. Also, the 2 blacks that are here, they're the it's a soft black, which is really nice. This one is very buttery. It's very creamy. And then the hard black, which is indeed hard, but it still is very pigmented and it's nice to use as well. Now the one that came in the 72 pack is just a black. So I'd like to compare it. it kind of is right in between. Not as hard as this one and not as soft as this one. That's interesting. But it's just as dark as this one.
I didn't use all the colors for this drawing because I was not impressed with the silver pencils or the lighter grays. They were too light. But I think that's because I was using gray paper to start with, so they didn't really come out very well on this paper. Plus the surface of the paper was a bit too smooth. So I mostly used the white and then the two blacks. And then later on at the end I used a Prismacolor white pencil for the lighter whites. Anyway, so I really enjoyed the two blacks. The soft one is very soft and buttery, and I can get very dark tones with that one. And the darker one, the harder pencil, the harder black, is great because it's pretty saturated. But because it's harder, I can also create a variety of tones with it. So I use it for my grays, basically, for a gradient of grays. So I like that. Now I checked, I used a white paper when I was done with this drawing. It's not on the video, but I did swatches on the white paper that's a bit more textured. And actually the result of those pencils was totally different. The silver pencils ended up looking very nice, and there were different colors. The warmer grays had some brown colors to them, and it looked really good. So I guess using this tin for drawing on white paper would be great. You could use a variety of colors. You could use all those pencils. Using this tin for drawing on gray paper, you have a limited result, and you will end up like me, only using a few colors. All these pencils are available open stock, so if you have, like me, the large tin, the 72 set, and you'd like to only add a few, like if you're interested in checking out that very soft black, for instance, you can just buy it individually. So I do recommend this tin just to try it, and I know that using some of those grays, especially the warm grays, on white paper, you can have some cool effects. Again, half of these pencils aren't available in the 72 tin. So hope you like it. I really had fun, and I'll see you in the next video.